Hi, this is a redo to my video response to MoonlitOpal's video on human nature, good or bad. And I agree with MoonlitOpal. I don't think one is born evil. I don't think one is born evil, one is born bad. I believe that one is born with both in them, with good and bad, because life is all about balance. You can't have one without the other. You can't have all good in your life and all bad in your life. If you have all good, you can't appreciate that good. You can't appreciate what you have. You can't appreciate how good that good is unless you experience bad. It is through that you understand, oh wow, I'm glad I have what I have. It could be worse. I don't think, I don't believe people are born one way or the other. I believe people are like a blank slate, like a canvas, like a painting canvas. And life is your portrait that's painted on that canvas. And what happens in your life, your experiences are the brush strokes. I feel everyone has the capacity to be good and bad. It's in us all. It's in our nature. But life's experiences is what helps to mold us. Life experiences is what helps us become good or bad, along with our inner strength, or how we perceive ourselves. If you are aware of that strength within you, you can rise above all the bad that happens in life, or at least the majority. You'll let that mold and shape you. There have been bad times in my life, and I have not let it drag me down. I've let it all be learning lessons. So I honestly have no regrets in my life. And I grew up in, I've had some emotional abuse in my life. And I don't regret it, because it taught me to appreciate humans. And it taught me to be good to them. Because I knew how I felt, how that made me feel, and I didn't want to visit that on anyone. So I know that there's good in everyone and there's bad in everyone. I myself, I'm a clumsy person. I fall all the time, and I cannot think of one instance when I've fallen in the street and someone hasn't turned around and helped me up. Always, at least one person will stick their hand out to me and ask me if I'm alright. And I spent most of my life in New York, in Brooklyn, and New York gets a bad rap. Some of it is warranted, but at the end of the day, we pull together in any crisis. We did so at 9/11. We did so during the blackout a few years back, where even some restaurants, instead of selling their food, because we had no power, there was no refrigeration or anything like that, well, they decided to set up seats outside and give their food away. People came and sat in the dark. It's okay. With candles at the tables, and some restaurants gave the food away. Of course, a good many sold their food anyway, well into the next couple of days after. But, as I said, it's in everyone, good and bad. Your life decisions, everything that you make, every choice that you make, everything you experience, shape and molds you. But it's what you choose to learn from those experiences is what makes the difference. It's you deciding to rise above the bad, you deciding to appreciate the good for being there in your life. All of that makes a difference. Your strength, your inner core, how you want to be, all of that has a part to play. I believe that children can be bad, yes, but they can be good, and a lot of that is taught as well. A child who has outbursts, I don't get in my way, I'm mad. Well, some of it is learned. They pick it up through family, sometimes, friends, environment, things that they see, even TV. It's what they see, and it's a learned mechanism at times. I am a firm believer in both nature and nurture. It is our nature to have good and bad in us. But with nurture, the more or the lack thereof will determine, or help to determine, which one will emerge dominant in us. I was raised Catholic, and that I was taught the idea of original sin, and never, out of all the things I was taught, that was something I just could not understand. How can one be born with a stain placed upon them as punishment for something that two people supposedly did long before any of us came along, and so because of their mistake we are punished for that? It just did not jive right with me. I've been studying Wicca for 14 years now. I consider myself a solitary eclectic, though there are many who will not think of me as such, but in my heart of hearts, that's how I feel. I'm ever evolving in the craft, and one of the things that drew me to the craft was the fact that there was this balance, and I've always felt that. I've always believed in this balance. The yin and yang, good and evil. You cannot have one without the other. It is in everyone. But experiences help to develop one or the other. I think that's about it. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. Right or wrong, that's what I believe. Thanks for watching.